Hello, today I will introduce you to the public transport system in the Turkish city Antalya and the lifts it has. First to the sort of public transport which is most important here, and that is the bus. After this we follow with the trams here and then with the lifts. If you want to skip to the trams or already to the lifts, open the video description and find the time link and click it. However, you will then miss some really amazing facts about the buses here. There are loads of bus lines. The city buses have a similar numbering system. They use letters for every final destination, like M for Masadari and C for Chas. And then there is a 2-digit line number, for example 12. That results in the line number MC12. There are also other lines which do not reach the city center. They just have 3-digit line numbers beginning with 5 and other small lines. I wonder if these are still typical Turkish dolmuş service. Well, I don't know. And then there is an airport bus which has the number 600. Most important lines are the line 1 to 17. Maybe there are even more than 17, but not more than 29. These lines use standard city buses like this older one here, which is high floor, or they have different sort of new low floor buses very similar to European buses. Most lines operate both types, while the old buses are usually more frequent. The lines 6, 7, 8, 16 and 17 as well as the airport bus 600 are limited on new low floor buses. You can expect that more and more bus lines will lose their old buses soon if they didn't already. I have also seen a few other bus types like an MAN bus and really old ones which I do not remember the brand of. I have managed to get a completely empty new low floor bus, so let's ride it. And now, the small bus lines follow. Unlike the other lines, these ones do not always follow the main street. They very often turn off and go along small streets in the city. Be aware of that when you bother using them. It can happen that they just turn off into a small street where you never expected this bus to go. These buses require a lot of knowledge about the network. If you are good in this, you can take advantage of that and can do some amazing shortcuts and avoid the bigger crowded buses. All of these lines run really small buses which have been made by Isuzu. Also the 500 lines run these buses. Let's ride one of these. In the city, some big streets have well-equipped bus stops. They have air-conditioned, closed bus shelters and a bridge connecting both sides of the street. These bridges have escalators going up and down as well as one lift for every side. And because these bridges have been built at different times, the lifts are not always similar. I like that. These bridges provide a lot of comfort, almost subway station comfort. Really amazing. We come to the lifts after introducing you to the tram. But first, what about a bus terminal? There is one. In Turkish this is called otogar. Antalya lacks of any sort of railway. There is no railway station in the city and no railway tracks apart from trams, of course. The entire long distance transport is done by buses or by aircraft. As a result, the bus terminal is really big and has 2 big buildings with several shops in these. But I have been surprised there was not any single lift. Strange. No, if you want to have a lift autogar, you need to go to the tram. And that is what we will do now. Antalya has 2 tram lines. The most important one is Antre, the new tram line. This runs new low floor trams which are often really crowded. Let's ride one of these.
Geçmiş olsun ya. Nasıl oldu? Valla hanımı bir tane götürüyor. Arif abinin savaştı. Tepek merkezi var. Tramvayda doktor Abdullah gel bana.
Bir sonraki
Nasılsın? İyisin inşallah. Telefon kapalı.
And now to the Heritage Tram. This runs really old 50s T4 trams from Nuremberg in Germany, together with a B4 car. Apart from some small changes, these trams are still completely original from when they have been built. That also includes the uncomfortable wooden seats. Not all historic stuff is comfortable as you see, but the preservation worthiness of this tram makes it really nice. Let's ride it.
Okay, dann kommen wir schon.
And now onto the lifts. The heritage tram does not have any lifts, but the new tram has. The 2 underground stops have 1 lift. Let's explore that in tunnel. There are no lifts going to surface, instead there are travelators. But there is a lift going from the tunnel down to platform. Let's ride it. And now to the other underground stop, Autogar, and to the lift there. These lifts have been built by a Turkish generic company. Autogar tram stop has a really long tunnel connecting to the bus terminal. It has loads of Fujitech travelators. Let's ride these. There is one tram stop at surface which has a really amazing bridge construction and 3 scenic eco-discs connecting it. That is worth a ride. Now to the bridges and bus stations in the city. We start at Konya and go along the streets toward the city. The first bridge has generic lifts. These are not nice really, so let's keep the ride short. The next bridge has the same lift, so I didn't bother riding. And then there is a bridge which surprisingly has Schindler 5300 lifts. That is nice. Much better than the slow generics. Let's ride them. Now there is a longer distance without bridge, and the next one comes where the city center begins. Lifts in this bridge are generics but with a fairly elegant paneling. However, they cannot beat the Schindlers. The next bridge has Schindlers, but there's a lot of horrible vandalism here. One of these Schindlers has been vandalized so hard that it must have already been modernized. I was really surprised a generic company modernized them, as the Schindler systems are usually very restricted. That is special. The other lift was still original and even has a chime. Nice! And now to the next bridge, which is more advanced than the others. It also has Schindlers. The street crosses the tram stop at Murat Pasha and continues to Mevlang. There are no bridges along the street anymore, but if you turn right or left from here, there are two bridges continuing on both sides. Let's turn left to find some brand new 2012 generic lifts. That is strange, the bridge status an older year of construction than the lifts. Looks like they have been added on later. Both bridges have the same lifts. These lifts do have a logo of the city government being placed in the cab ceiling. And now to the two bridges on the other sides. These have Schindler lifts. Once again I have noticed the maintaining company is not Schindler itself. I'm surprised. I thought only Schindler can maintain their restrictive systems. Looks like Schindler Turkey is not that restrictive, or they have an agreement with the city government. Whatever it was, I like it. That is liberalism. At a completely different place in the city, namely the University College Hospital, there is yet another bus stop bridge with lifts, but only lifts. There are no escalators here. These lifts appear to be of a really cheap and bad quality, even worse than the generic lifts in the bridges in Konya Alta. Anyways, let's ride them. This video is done. If you bother visiting the city and also use public transport, make sure you have an idea of where the buses go. Search for Antalya bus map on Google to get a PDF bus map. This map seems to be not official and some lines like the 13 to 17 are missing. Anyways, that is awesome stuff which also helped me a lot. You can get an RFID card which you can use to check in at every bus, as well as the heritage tram, and pass the turnstiles to the new tram stops. You can also just walk from the street into a tram stop, but there are security persons watching out. I like that there's someone watching out. I did not see any vandalism on the tramway. Should also be introduced here.